The best izakaya in old Tokyo hide up narrow stairs, lanterns glowing like embers over the street. Above one such bar is a private tatami room no one books twice. The owner keeps salt at the foot of those stairs. Chapter 1. Late shift in lantern light. The last train had gone. The alley outside grew quiet except for a distant scooter and the hiss of rain in the gutters. Ken wiped lacquered tables, sleeves rolled, the smell of tear glaze and charcoal still sweet in the air. Lanterns swayed faintly in the doorway, their light pooled like warm tea along the stairwell. From above came a small clatter, porcelain on wood, and a breathy laugh as light as powdered sugar. "We're closed," he called, grabbing a tray. No answer. He climbed, feet creaking the old boards familiar as bones. The private room shoji stood half open. The tatami smelled of rice straw and spilled sake, but the low table was clear, cushions stacked, call bell placed neatly on its saucer. A cold draft threaded the room, though the window was latched. In the corner, grains of salt had crusted into a thin white crescent. The owner's habit against sticky customers, he always joked. Ken knelt to brush it into a tidy pile and felt the hair on his forearms lift as if wind had passed through skin instead of air. Chapter 2. Footprints in the tatami. He moved the table to sweep and saw them. 2 small depressions in the mat, side by side, fresh, as if a child had just stood there. Tatami springs back. This did not. Ken pressed a finger to the straw weave. The print of his nail rose and faded. The tiny footprints remained. Something shuffled in the crawl space behind the wall. A giggle answered it, a flick of sound that darted like a sparrow. Ken slid the shoji wider. The room beyond was no room, only the building's old ribs and a tangle of forgotten paper charms. When the laugh came again, it was from behind him. On the nearest cushion lay a red ribbon, neatly tied in a crooked bow, the kind a child makes, more intention than skill. It smelled faintly of talc and the dust of festival sweets shaken from sleeves. Chapter 3. The Guest Who Won't Leave. Ken set 2 small cups out of habit. Customers always drank in pairs here, even alone. The porcelain rang once as he put them down. In the window's black reflection, he watched the room, his own shape, lantern glow, and opposite him, the exact indentation of someone seated, knees tucked neat beneath a kimono. The reflection showed only absence where a face should be, but the cushion sagged a measured inch. "Otsukare," he offered quietly, the worker's end-of-shift salute. The room's temperature dipped, not to winter, but to well water. A fogged oval bloomed on the tabletop, then another, as if small hands pressed there. A cup tipped a bare degree and set itself right, with a sound like a polite throat clearing. Ken's mouth went dry. "I'll bring a snack," he said to emptiness, and the emptiness paused, listening. Downstairs, he plated a single skewer of mochi grilled until the edges blistered. When he returned, the ribbon lay on the plate, looped into a better bow than before. The cushion's dents had shifted closer, as if someone had scooted nearer to see. Chapter 4. The Night of Red Ribbons. A burst of wind rattled the lanterns and slammed the stairwell door. The crescent of salt leapt and skittered like spilled sugar. Ken crouched to sweep it back together. Something tugged his sleeve, quick, insistent, child small. He looked to the side. Only the ribbon lay there, end lifted, as if pinched between invisible fingers. It pointed toward a wall patched with faded posters, paper layered on paper, festivals, lunch sets, an old fireworks notice. He peeled them back gently. Underneath, a narrow wooden tablet leaned, ink almost erased by time, a child's name, a date the owner's father would have remembered. The air in the room stilled in that attentive way people do when someone reads their name aloud. Ken did, voice low. The floorboards under the cushion gave a tiny sigh. He fetched fresh salt, placed neat lines at the thresholds, and set the ribbon on the tablet's base. "Okaeri," he said, "welcome home." The cold lifted. In the window's reflection, the cushion rose as if someone stood. The room exhaled a long-held breath. Chapter 5. Why the Room is Kept. In the morning, the owner arrived early, eyes taking in the reset salt in the ribbon's new place. He brewed tea without comment and carried it upstairs. "My sister," he said after a long sip. "She died here when we were small. Fever summer. We kept the room because we could not stand for it to be anything else." He showed Ken how to refresh salt at the stair and how to place a sweet at the cushion on festival days. "People think haunted means harm," he added. "Sometimes it means not finished. Children need company, even after." He replaced the posters with new ones, leaving a window where the memorial tablet could breathe. Lunch rush brought noise and laughter. A ribbon fluttered once and lay still. That evening, a regular asked for the upstairs room and left a small plush charm where the cushion dipped. "For the good luck," she said. Ken didn't correct her. He had learned the word that fit better than haunted. Kept. The room kept its promise. The staff kept it in return. Not every ghost wants fear. Some want a seat, a name spoken, a sweet shared before the lights go out. If a room is kept, keep it kindly, or hear small laughter move to where salt does not reach. Izakaya often have upstairs tatami rooms. Folk practices include placing salt at thresholds to purify and deter restless spirits. Zashiki warashi are childlike house spirits said to bring luck when respected. Some hauntings stem from memorial tablets, ihai kept in living spaces. Offerings of sweets and calling a name aloud can settle a benign presence.